shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks. Hello there everybody, and welcome in to a brand new video here on the channel. At last, at long last, finally it is time to review the final Garmadon comic in the series, at least for now, that is. I'd like to apologise for making this particular review so late. It's not like the other late reviews, as I didn't get this particular issue really too late. I got it a few weeks back actually. Instead though, I got it and simply forgot to review it. That is the brutally honest truth of the matter. But of course, I'm not going to miss out on a review for the final issue. So without further ado, let's complete this mini-series of reviews for the Garmadon comic book series. Oh, and really quickly, just to explain how this entire video is going to be laid out. Essentially, I'm just going to be going over some things I liked, talk about them briefly, and then I'll be talking about something I maybe disliked, and then at the end, I'll be kind of talking retrospectively, and we'll give it a score out of 10. So, without further ado, let's just get started. Now, to start with here, I particularly liked Garmadon's characterization in this one, especially at the very start and end. It was just overall quite fun, you could say, and was really cool, and it was an aspect of Garmadon's character that I really enjoy seeing, and seeing it in this comic was awesome. Especially at the start and end. But of course, we're about to be getting on to the middle and what I loved about that part. So don't get me wrong, Garmadon was great all the way through, but particularly in the very start and the very end, in my opinion, I found Garmadon to be very fun during those moments. Now, the main part of this comic, the final battle between Mogra and Garmadon was absolutely incredible, just off the scales. It was so cool, especially though, it felt like something out of some form of anime, like Dragon Ball or something. It was just so hype the whole way through, and in comic form as well. It was so awesome. Whenever I was reading it, it just makes me imagine, what would this be like if it was actually animated? It was crazy, and it was a very fitting end to Mogra's character overall. And it was just overall so fun to flip the pages through and read, and just some of the art to go along with that on the pages. Top tier stuff. I really cannot credit the people that worked on this comic enough. It was so great, and for a comic like this especially, it was just so awesome to read and just to look at overall. Visually, it was amazing. And now the very end was also very cool as well, and was a really fitting end to this particular Garmadon comic series. But if I had just one small gripe with this, it would be that it was just a bit too short, in my opinion. And I believe this one was actually intended to be longer than usual, but I still feel as though it was a little bit too short, especially at the end. I think it was a little bit abrupt, you could say, just to me at least. I think it could have been a few pages longer and would have been much better. But as it is, you know, I'm not really complaining. Knock anything off my final thoughts on the comic and my final rating out of 10, but it's just a small gripe I have with it. I wish it was just a little bit longer, but again, I can't really complain too much because the rest was so great and was just thoroughly, just pure quality all the way through. Now, to give it a final rating out of 10, I would probably have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. Not quite the 10 out of 10, because of the fact that it could have been a little bit longer, I think, and the end was just a bit too abrupt, but still, it was pretty much the perfect 10 out of 10, and it was purely just amazing to read through overall. I'm really happy that this series has ended now, and now we can read all of the issues through and get the full Garmadon comic experience. I'd really be interested in more things like this in the future, though, so if anybody from the Ninjago team is watching, take that into consideration, because I think myself and a lot of other people would really love more comics like this, expanding on different side characters throughout Ninjago. And yeah, overall, I think that's just about going to do it for this review. A really fitting end to a great series, and with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my reviews of these comics over the months as well, throughout this year. With this being said, be sure to drop your own thoughts down below on this in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed, leave a like on it, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to watch my new videos whenever I do post them. With this being said, I will see you all soon for my next one. Goodbye.